Hello once again, everybody. Got the Dyson boys here. It's the beginning of the week. I'm Jay.
I'm Bobby.
That's my baby brother. All right, beginning of the week. You know we're going to have some good stuff coming at us
all the time.
All week long. The whole day. Todd.
Chucky boy.
What's up with you, man? You're putting stuff out there that is so crazy. So he's wringing his hands. Please, Paul Ryan, before you retire, can you impeach Trump? As if it's up to Paul Ryan whether or not Trump gets impeached. Okay? Hey, there's a two-step process here, Todd, through the House and through the Senate. It's not just up to Paul Ryan. But you know what?
Right.
See, since he put it out there, Todd, people that listen to Todd, they're going to be, Paul Ryan, why don't you impeach him before you retire? It's not a one-man show, folks. It takes the House of Representatives and then the Senate. Then the Senate. 2/3? They don't even have that. The left doesn't even have that majority, 2/3 in the Senate.
In the Senate. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
In first place, you're not going to find an impeachable charge, so it's not going to happen. You know, just because Mad Max and all those get up and screech and scream at you until you impeach, it's not going to happen.
Thank you.
You know, that's a false hope. So, find something else to do.
When Maxine said back earlier this year that a congressperson can't be impeached, Maxine, yes, you can. You're a civil servant.
Yeah.
Go look at the Constitution and read about impeachment. You're a civil servant, woman.
But they don't think
you're not a private citizen sitting up there.
They don't think of themselves as civil servants. This is their job. They think this is their career. This is what they've planned for all their lives. So they think that nothing they do is above reproach. Nothing they say is above reproach. And then when somebody comes along and says, hey, we're not going to do this like we've been doing it, now all of a sudden everybody's upset. And all this impeachment talk is, what I hear is like, oh man, we in trouble.
Yeah.
We in trouble. Nobody's buying our nonsense anymore.
Right.
Well, let's not talk about the walkaway thing because, that's not real. That's just a fad. That's just a fad. And more people are like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. I believe what this person in their walkaway video was saying. That's what I've been thinking about. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's making videos about walkaway. They're not. But there's people out here that are saying, hey, these Democrats are lying to us. Mm-hmm. So Chucky boy thinks, we need to get him impeached. Well, here's a news flash for you, Chucky. It's not Trump. It's the American people. The American people are leaving you, not Trump. Mm-hmm. The American people are leaving the left, are finding out that you're a bunch of lies.
So then when you get on your show and you start wringing your hands, talking about, hey, Paul Ryan, do this one thing for me before you retire, impeach Trump. That says to me and millions of other Americans, Chuck, you're full of it.
You're full.
Shut the Chuck up. Because you're full of it. But you're going to have people doing the Bible here. Yeah, Chuck, that's right, man. Come on, Paul Ryan, impeach him.
Impeach him. Then when you get through, impeach him again.
The same Todd that tried to throw some confusion as to whether or not Michael Cohen was the White House lawyer, the personal lawyer, or the former lawyer. Hey, Chuck, he's the former personal lawyer. But Chuck tries to throw some confusion up in there. And that's what these guys do.
That's what they're good at.
That's what they do.
And it's worked for them.
Yeah, for years.
And it's worked for them.
For years.
So why would we change our, MO now?
Yeah.
We're losing, but there was no contingency. Because we weren't supposed to lose. So there's no contingency for losing. Well, what do we do now? Well, let's just bash Trump. Let's just bash anybody that supports Trump. And that'll work. Well, it didn't work in 2016. Oh, no, that was just an anomaly.
See, and look at what they're doing now. They're crawling all over the Trump Foundation, crawling all over his friends wanting to get somebody to flip, okay, campaign contribution violations. And it's well known, hey man, if he wants to donate his whole doggone amount of money that he has available to him into his campaign, that's his business.
He can do it. It's illegal.
That's his business.
It's completely legal. And you can't say anything about it. It's just, oh, wow.
And then trying to talk about hush money. Oh, $130,000 hush money, to Stormy Daniels and this other dame. I can't even recall her name now. What about the $150,000 hush money that Obama wanted to pay to Jeremiah Wright? Because he wanted Jeremiah Wright to shut up. This is before the 2008 elections. He wanted Jeremiah Wright to shut up. But so they're going to pay Jeremiah Wright hush money. And Jeremiah said, yeah, they came to me about it. Okay? They sure did. They came to me about it. But now it's a crime.
Yeah, it's a crime. We're going to make it a crime now because Trump did it. So everything Trump does is a crime. Trump breathes too heavy. That's a crime.
Yeah. You just get sick and tired of the left and their narrative. Because their narrative is just filled with lies.
And people are recognizing that. You keep saying the same things over and over and over. You keep telling me, hey, if you put me in office, things are going to get better for you. But when you were in office, things weren't better for me. This man gets, and I'm talking to you new people that, maybe the first time you ever voted was last
election cycle.
And I'm talking to you. They tell you it's going to get better, and you're looking at your paycheck now. You're looking at the bonuses you got. You're looking at everything. Oh, I have more disposable income. Everybody is optimistic about the economy, but the left and a few, crackpot weirdos who don't even amount to much. But they're on about, oh, well, if you put us back in power, we're going to raise your taxes.
We'll take those crumbs, as Nancy Pelosi defined it. We'll take those crumbs that you got from Trump, and we'll take all that back.
We'll take all that
and raise your taxes.
What do you need with crumbs?
Yeah,
right?
We'll bring back all the regulations that we had in place, regulating businesses, so that they'll start leaving the country again, and watch the unemployment rate go back up again. That's what we'll give you.
That's what we'll give you. And people are like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. And this isn't about conservative or anything. This is about people looking at the reality, coming to the reality that, wow, things are better now under this guy. He might not be the smooth, slick,
presidential type,
flim flam man, that's talking fast to you and making it sound good to you, but he's got his hand in your pocket while he's talking to you,
and tell you, you don't feel me.
You don't feel my hand in your pocket. You want a politician, but America didn't elect a politician. They elected Trump.
Yeah.
And what he's doing now is hurting guys like Todd.
Yep.
They see their monopoly over the news media going away. They see that all the people, like I was telling my brother, who haven't you seen lately? Umar Abedin.
John Podesta.
Who haven't you seen? You don't see too much of Hillary.
Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz.
You're not seeing too many of these people running off at the mouth. How many people who Trump said he were thinking of revoking their clearance come out hollering and screaming at him about it?
Loretta Lynn.
None of them.
Yeah.
None of them. You know why? Because he's putting the squeeze on them. A lot of these people that you think are running around here loose aren't running around here loose. Their passport has been flagged. They try to leave the country, the flag goes up. They're not running around jumping into mics like they used to. There's a reason for that. So if you think Trump isn't doing enough, that he needs to get rid of Sessions so more can be done, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Speaking of Jeff Sessions, everybody, you hear people calling for, why doesn't he bring in a second special counsel? Lean in, folks. I want you to hear this one. Lean in real quick. Here's the reason that there's no second special counsel out there. I want you to look up the name John Huber. Huber. John Huber. There's your reason there's no second special counsel, because he doesn't need to appoint a second special counselor. He has John Huber. Look it up.
And he doesn't work out of D.C. And you know why? Because all the D.C. courts are corrupt.
Yep.
Everything in D.C. is corrupt. So he doesn't work out of D.C.
Works out of Utah.
Works out of Utah. Way out in the flyover country.
Yeah. Works out of Utah.
Working, getting stuff done. And the news media isn't going to tell you about this.
No.
Because they don't want you looking at, well, what is he doing? Why aren't you telling me what he's doing? Because slowly and quietly, they're taking these people out. They're taking the people out that support that corrupt mob in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
They're slowly being taken out. And when the time comes, some people that you think, oh, wow, really? You remember how you were shocked with Charlie Rose? Yeah, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. You're going to wonder, wow, I didn't know that about that person. No, you didn't. But hey, America wanted relief from this corrupt DC machine that we've known for years. A lot of us known for years. And it's not right up there. They do not care about this country.
Nope.
They don't care
about their power.
Do you? When something happens to an American, you hear anything about it? Nope. But as soon as they can pump up an immigrant, somebody over here illegally, an alien, they're all for that, And I have something else to say about all that mess down there at the border with the kids, but I'm still researching that.
Yeah.
I'm still researching stuff.
That's what we talked about over the weekend.
It's not what it seems. Don't listen to the mainstream media. Do your research. Like you said, look up Huber. Look at what's going on behind the scenes. Find that out. Yes, you got to dig for it, and you got to sift through a lot of stuff to get to it.
This thing about Huber, the reason that the media will not report on it is because they know that it exposes them.
Exposes them.
So they're not going to report on it.
Why would they talk about something that would make you aware of just how corrupt they are?
And the only reason that I came across Huber is because I was out doing some research over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is interesting. So I'm reading through it, and it's like reference articles, all the citations, like, oh, this is really interesting.
Yeah, it's
really
more
interesting.
The more you look into it.
Yeah, the more you get into it. So again, I would really say, if you guys want to know why there is no second special counsel, why Jeff Sessions has not done that, John Huber, and that'll answer all your questions right there. And this is the stuff that the lying mainstream media and the left and those Democrats, the Black Congressional Caucus, or any other caucus out there on the left. This is why you will. He is why you will never hear them say anything about this.
It up. Right now they're like, oh, Sessions and Trump are at each other again.
A lot of these folks out there that are being looked at, they're trying to walk around like Antifa, got the mask over their face, the hoods up over their heads. Man, they're trying to stay below the radar. But it's too late.
It's too late.
You've already been picked up on the radar.
Yeah, it's too late,
So this guy, John Huber, he's out there doing stuff that a special counsel would never do. Wouldn't even think about
grand
doing.
juries, the whole 9 yards.
Grand juries anywhere, not just in Washington, D.C. Grand juries. This dude can call a grand jury from anywhere.
Anywhere he wants.
Anywhere in the country. Anywhere in the country. But again, you're not going to hear the mainstream media talk about this stuff.
You know why? They're taking out the people that they support.
Yep.
They want to tell you, oh, this isn't real. Pizzagate isn't real. The server isn't real. The emails aren't real. Seth Rich was killed by in an attempted robbery. And when the truth is, Seth Rich is the one that downloaded the email files off the server. Oh no, we don't want to look at the server. Why? Because if you do a forensic study of the server, you can find out how the files got off the server, and it wasn't hacked. So the FBI, the CIA, the State Department, all these places are slowly being cleaned out of all the corruption. And people, we're talking about almost 100 years of this being put in place, this deep state. You're not going to take that out overnight. You have to take it out piece by piece. First, you got to take away the money. Well, again, I told you before, look at the thing that happened in Saudi Arabia with the 13 princes, getting arrested and all their assets being frozen. And all of a sudden, ISIS just goes away. Well, what's that? Well, it takes money to run a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
If you don't have any money, you can't run a terrorist organization.
Oh, I hear they're building new accommodations down in Gitmo.
Yes, they are.
Like 150 new facilities for prisoners.
Yeah.
New accommodations.
They're expanding the place.
Expanding the place.
They're not.
Obama was trying to shut it down,
and they're not putting in golf courts.
No.
Golf courses.
Obama was trying to shut Gitmo down. Trump comes on the scene. He says, "Hey, we need to expand. We're gonna need some room, folks.
Need some room, Daniel Boone.
Yeah, we're gonna need some room." So they're down there expanding for, I think, what, $60 million? $66 million or something like that?
So a lot of people are getting ready to get him a new address.
Yep.
And if you're worried about the big players, be patient.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Be patient.
Like I said, Al Capone did all the dirt he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Murder, extortion, the whole 9 yards. Mm-hmm. But he went up on tax evasion. So as long as they're taken out, as long as they're removed from power, then we're good. Because we're trying to end a system, not just people.
A system of corruption. Big time corruption.
And now I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects, Evergreen College. I love
What's
to talk
up at
about
Evergreen College?
Evergreen College.
Are they feeling the blows,
They're feeling the pain.
Good for them.
They feeling the
good.
pain. They're trying to
give them a little background on Evergreen.
Evergreen College decided last year that they were going to have a No White People Day. Well, okay. No White People Day. White people aren't allowed on the campus. And any white person that was spotted on the campus was hunted down, by the non-white people and tossed off the campus. Okay, so now let's move that into the future. They were going to have a No White People Day this year. Well, that got canceled. You know why? Because college enrollment went way down. The money's drying up. And so now they're out there, they can't even open the campus. They claim it's bomb threats, And usually when they say it's bomb threats, that means we ain't got enough money to open this puppy up. We need an excuse. So the excuse is the bomb threats. Okay, we don't want to put the 5 students that's still there in danger. Okay, I got it. But, basically is your liberal, communist, Marxist nonsense of trying to indoctrinate people's children, and everybody's getting aware of it. No, Evergreen, you're not going to do that to my kid. As a matter of fact, I'm not giving any more money to your school. Now even the state is thinking about defunding Evergreen, and you can go private. You can go into the private sector and get your money. So let's see how long Evergreen stays. So if anybody's out there and needs an investment in a college, Evergreen's probably going to be cheap for you. You can start it there. But
blew up in their face.
Yeah, but every time the left tries something, it blows up in their face.
Blows up in their
Collectivism, which I wanted to talk about too. There's this book written by this Danish girl, Mikkel Clair Nissen. It's called Manipulism, the Weapon of Guilt, Collectivism Exposed. She's a young lady who grew up in Denmark and, believed that, Denmark is the happiest people in the world.
The model country.
The model country. This is what Democrat socialism should look like. Then she left Denmark. Lo and behold, and find out there were happy people in other parts of the world too. They just wasn't taxed as much. All right, so now she's like, wait a minute. As I look at Denmark, them people aren't happy. We have the highest depression rate. More people taking drugs, antidepressant drugs. The suicide rate is high. Well, if everybody's so happy, what are they snuffing themselves for? And this again goes back to that collectivism mindset. You tell people that you are going to be better off if you think like everybody else. This is how we want you to think. This is how we want you to live your life. And if you do this, we're going to pay you $25 an hour. We're going to take 20 and leave you with 5. But then we're going to give you government services to make that up. So you think you're happy, and then you realize you can't bottle the human spirit. People are naturally enterprising. Mm-hmm. My brother and I, when we were young, we didn't get an allowance. We shoveled snow, we cut grass. We cleaned our garages and stuff. We did whatever we could do to make money, and our parents let us do that. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to tell us to go do that. We just like, Mister, do you want your grass cut? Mm-hmm. Yeah, how much you gonna charge you? $10. Okay, bet. Mm-hmm. So we cut the guy's grass. I mean, it wasn't complicated. Nobody had to teach us that.
No.
We just wanted to have money of our own in our pocket, and most people do. So if I got 2 widgets, and you like, man, I sure wish I had a widget, and I'm like, well, geez, let me make another widget for this dude. Yeah. And you trade it to him. He either gives you money for it, or he gives you a good and service that he's had. That's the natural flow of humanity.
We had our own little bike shop.
Yeah.
And the kids would bring their bikes by our place to get their bikes fixed. I had quarter or 50 cents, whatever. And that's what we did. Shoveled snow in the wintertime, raked leaves in the fall, just to make a little money.
When my parents, we had a good bit of property. Mm-hmm. When our parents would have one of their shindigs on the weekends, well, everybody was like, well, we're going to park on the street. I said, no, you ain't got to park on the street. You can park over here.
25 cents.
25 cents. Yep. You park your car over here. So we park all the cars. We were always trying to figure out a way to make money, on our own. Our parents fed us, they clothed us, they did everything that we need as kids. But we felt like we needed to do what we wanted, because we had to buy our baseball gloves, and and then it took a lot of money for a young brother, 11 years old, to buy him a pair of Converse shoes. I'm looking for $20 a piece.
And every spring, after we saved up our money, we had a chain store called Yankee Department Stores, and every spring we would go up, get our bats for the summer, buy our bats, our gloves, our balls, because we played baseball in the summertime. So we made sure we had all of our gear. Yeah. And we didn't have to go to mom and dad, hey, can you throw $5? We had our own money.
Yeah, we didn't think about that.
Yeah, we had our own money.
So people are naturally enterprising. What collectivism does is to cut people off from that, I'm going to interact with you for this, and you're going to interact with me for that. Everybody couldn't be a blacksmith. So you go to the blacksmith for the stuff you need the blacksmith to do for you. Mm-hmm. In exchange, you brought the blacksmith eggs, chickens, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
You brought him that, It's enterprise, which is what the collectivists hate, because you don't need them.
And like he said, they hate it. So, hey, you folks over on the left, man, I'm telling you, I don't have anything for you. Nothing. Nothing for you at all. You guys are like a virus. Everything that you touch gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Everything that you touch.
And not only, like Evergreen, you destroy the entity and yourself at the same time. Just like a virus. Because you can't survive without something coming, because you don't produce it. A virus doesn't produce anything
but misery. That's
all it does. It's the destructive entity. This is what the left is. They produce nothing. They bring nothing into your existence except misery. Everybody's equal. Yeah, everybody is equally poor.
I bet that young man that shot up that video game event over the weekend down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
I bet that young man came out of an environment, if you were to go check, I bet he came out of an environment where everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy.
This dude, he lost. He gets mad, so he goes out, gets his gun, and witnesses said, hey, the dude just pulled out his gun and started pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything to anybody, and then after he killed a bunch of folks, pulls the gun, puts the gun, turns the gun on himself, and shoots and kills himself.
Because he lost.
But I bet he came out of an environment that everybody gets a trophy. I remember when I was coaching the boys in soccer, and they tried that everybody gets a trophy stuff. And I remember, I was upset about it. Hey, these guys come out here after school every day in this hot sun, running around practicing for the games on Saturday. Here's a team over here. They don't even come out and practice. They just show up on Saturday for the game. And then, come tournament time, these guys are out here. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. This team didn't, but this team gets a trophy?
Yeah.
What's up with that? When we were growing up, if we got beat in a baseball game, we just got beat in a baseball game.
Wow. You just got beat.
You just got beat. We had bike races all the time. Yeah. We couldn't beat Reggie for anything because he had the fastest bike. But did we go beat Reggie up because he had the fastest bike?
We just had the fastest bike.
No, we just tried to bring our bike up to to meet Reggie's bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had the fastest bike in the neighborhood because he had that big old sprocket on it. And we had these little tiny sprockets.
Yeah, you could outrun him in short distance, but long distance...
Oh, man, where you out?
He walked away from you.
Where you out? Well, we didn't go beat him up because he was winning the races.
And you don't want these kids to compete.
No.
And if you're going to compete, you're going to lose.
And when they get out into the real world and that competition comes up against them,
and they lose.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah, and they lose.
They have no skills in arbitration. They have no skills that where they can sit down and talk and negotiate and agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Without it denigrating into something like it did.
It's got to go to violence.
Over the weekend.
If I don't get my way, I'm going violent. I'm not only going to kill any amount of people I'm too much of a wussy to go to jail, so I'm going to shoot myself.
Yeah.
That distorted, and people say, well, he's mental. Yeah, he was mental. Yeah. And nobody normal does that. And you know why he was mental?
Yeah.
Check out what he was taking when he was in school. Probably Ritalin.
Yeah.
Screws and kids' brains up.
But I bet he came out of an environment, everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy.
No, you're going to... Like kids are,
What's up with your girl, Alexandria, man?
Alexandria is missing in action. She stuck her head up this week, and it was basically, "Will you shut up?"
Need to put an Amber Alert on her.
In less than 3 weeks, we go from the liberal darling, the new face of the Democrat Party. She's young, she's fresh, she's smart. Now, will you shut up? Don't say anything else, because we find out that, okay, she may be young and fresh and all that stuff, but she don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So now she's MIA, and I'm putting out, anybody that sees her.
Maybe they got her in remedial training or something.
No. There ain't that much remedial training in the world. I mean, there ain't that much remedial training in the world. I think they're trying to silently push the girl off the stage.
You think so?
Yeah, and just push her off the stage silently.
Maybe her numbers aren't looking good in her district.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe her numbers.
So they're just going to push her silently off the stage and act like she's not there, and move on. So when they stick whoever, the boy she beat, when they stick him back in the position, because he's still in the race.
Yeah, he's still in the race.
So when he wins, it's going to be like, okay, no big deal. Let's move on from that and go on to something else. Impeach Trump again, and whatever. Moves the day. But I think they're silently trying to push her off the stage because the girl ain't ready for the prime time.
Because I'm telling you, with them defining her as a new look for the Democrat Party, the new face. She's young and she's fresh. Yeah, but she don't know what she's talking about.
That's the best shot got going.
And then when she got challenged by the conservative women to a debate,
that put
that sort of sunk her
as there. The British say, that put the kibosh on that one.
Yep.
So she's done.
Yep. All right, that's it for today, folks. Bobby, give him a smash.
Okay. If you like what you hear, hit that like button. If you want to come back again and get alerts, hit the, subscribe, and then hit that bell. So every time we come on, you'll get an alert. And other than that, people, we're glad to have you around. We're glad that you listen to us. And hey, if you want to respond. If you got something to say, whether it's good or bad, give us a response. Let us know how well we're doing or how well we're not doing.
Yep, absolutely. And then for Insight Deluxe 2. Don't know if you got the message, but hey, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this Friday, we can have our little debate. I'll send you information on connecting with us so we can have that debate. It'll be live on the internet. 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Yep, 5 o'clock Eastern Time this coming Friday. What is this coming Friday anyway?
I don't know.
What is it the first?
Do your prep.
Please do your prep. Please don't come on here with the bubble. Okay?
Ranting
Please do
raving.
your prep.
Do your prep.
Yeah.
Make sure your point is on point.
Absolutely. All right, so we're out, folks. Dyson boys, we'll be back tomorrow. You guys have a great day.
All right. See you, Internet.